Hello, I'm Chris Casey.
And I'm Kristen Lagana. Welcome to Arundel County Week in Review. In this week's episode, we'll tell you how you can get involved with foster care and we'll talk prom. But first, making headlines this week. Budget action continued this week as the County Council wrapped up their review of County Executive Steve Shue's proposal. The council went department by department to get into the details, and Arundel TV carried it all live online. Our producer caught up with Councilman John Grasso after the budget was presented, and here's what he had to say.
Every day, come down here, 9 o'clock we start, and depending on the departments and how much we have, we go through each department line by line, and people ask questions and move along. Sometimes it moves fast, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's the same stuff as it was last year, and remember the exact same stuff, so it's something you flip a light switch on. You know, it's very quick moving.
Now, the council is scheduled to hold its final vote on the budget Friday, June 12th, and it's not too late for you to watch all of the deliberations and weigh in. Just go to www.livestream.com and sign up for a free account. Then search for and follow Arundel TV to watch archived programs. On Wednesday, the county executive was in Brooklyn Park to talk to small business owners about his 3% property tax proposal. He met with the owners of Terry's Place restaurant. Here's what he had to say.
The plan is to reduce property taxes by 3%. That would be on residential and commercial properties. So for business of this size, it would probably be between $100 and $150 a year, which is not huge money. You know, that would be $1,500 over 10 years, but it's a step in the right direction, and it's meant to be a signal, sort of a statement about the direction of the county, that we're not going to continue to increase taxes on business people or on homeowners, that those days are over, that taxes are coming down slowly, but they're going to come down.
$100 a year to the seniors in this neighborhood is a great deal. At least 85–90% of my association are in their 60s and above. So most of them are on fixed incomes, and $100 will go a long way for them.
And of course, the next important date for the budget is Monday, May 18th, when the council will hold a regular meeting at 7 p.m. Once again, the action will be carried live on Arundel TV and online.
Well, Kristen, the budget's important, but let's get to the real story here. Prom season.
Prom season, it's so exciting. The dresses, the limos, but Chris, I thought you were too old for prom.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Well, we saw this photo online of you at prom.
Oh my God, that's not me. That's my little brother.
Are you sure?
That I swear that's my little brother.
I don't think so. I think that's Chris Casey.
No, that's Matthew Casey.
Even the same tie.
I know. But look, all right, now you get me all self-conscious. No, Matthew is a little stud. He's in 10th grade.
Okay, 10th grade and went to prom.
He took a senior girl. He got taken to senior prom.
Wow, go Matthew.
I never did that. I'm proud of him.
Oh, wow.
He's my little buddy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Matthew.
Well, your brother's doing something right, and he matched her dress. So
he did.
He knows what he's doing. Well. He's a boss.
Do you hate lines?
Hate lines?
Do you hate lines?
Do I hate lines?
Yes or no question?
Sure.
Well, you know, I hate lines.
Waiting
too.
in lines?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I hate lines.
All right. Well, you know, that was not the smoothest transition, but the Department of Inspections and Permits also hates lines. So they launched a new online feature this week that tells you exactly how many people are in the line in real time. You can find the page by going to aacounty.org and clicking Inspections and Permits under the Agencies tab. Here's a hint. Lunchtime is surprisingly not a busy time of day for people getting permits.
Well, Chris, I think we need this feature for every lunch spot. I don't want to have to wait in a line ever again.
All right, like Disney Speed Pass for Panera.
Yeah, yeah, MVA.
Well, it would be great, but you know, it's a starting point, and we're doing it here in the county, so maybe other places will catch on.
Absolutely. Well, it's really important for the economy that the county gets out of the way and makes it convenient for customers to get permits processed. The faster we get it done, the faster they can get to work creating jobs and pumping money into the local economy. We're going to take a quick break, but when we return, we will talk to Carnitra White about National Foster Care Month. Can you help a child in need? We'll tell you how. Take a look at our community calendar for events around town. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
I never felt all that special. But in the wake of an earthquake, we can all do something. When donating goods, it's hard to know what's needed. So now it's my turn to help. Aid workers can spend me locally, where I can help save lives. Someone is doing better because of me. Together, we made that happen.
Welcome back. May is National Foster Care Month, and joining us on the program today to discuss the important roles we can play in the life of children and youth in foster care in Anne Arundel County, we have Carnitra White, Director of Social Services for Anne Arundel County. Carnitra, thank you for joining us on the show today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today. I'm glad to be here to talk about Foster Month.
Yeah, and this is a very important topic. And how long have you been with Department of Social Services?
I've been with Anne Arundel County Department of Social Services since January, so I'm new to the county, but not new to foster care. I've been doing this work for over 21 years. I've been working in human services, and I have a very passion for foster care and vulnerable children that we serve in the foster care system.
Well, thank you so much for all the work that you do.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah, and can we discuss the need right now for new foster homes in Anne Arundel County?
Sure. In Anne Arundel County, we have a little over 80 foster homes now, but we have 150 kids in the foster care system. And so we need additional foster parents. We need parents who are flexible, who are nurturing, who are willing to take a chance on an adolescent or a teen and help them to become a part of their family. Our teens really need people who can support them, who can encourage them, and who can nurture them to be the best person that they can be.
Absolutely.
Change a life, essentially.
It is. It is. You know, all of us have been impacted by our parents and the care that they've given to us. And that's what our youth in foster care need. They need someone who's willing to support them, to understand that they've been through emotional trauma in their life and that they need someone to help them trust again, someone to help them get back into a nurturing relationship with a family. You know, I always say kids in foster care come from a family and they deserve to go back to a family. We need families who are willing to help work with that youth and their biological family so that that child can be reunified with their family. And if reunification is not possible, then if that family is willing to adopt, then that would be even better for that child.
So if someone says, you know, that sounds like my family, you know, we could take somebody in and change a life. What are the requirements, or not the requirements, but the expectations?
And so we expect for our foster parents to be, one, willing to be flexible, as I said before, willing to treat the foster child just as if they were their own biological or natural child, to open their home as well as their heart to them, to work with the department as well as with the biological family and the court in order to achieve the permanency goal for that child, whether it's reunification with the biological parents, whether it's adoption or maybe guardianship. If adoption is not appropriate for that child, then maybe guardianship as well. And so we want people who have a desire to nurture children, a desire to help raise a child in a very loving, kind environment. I think it's also important for children to be in their own community. You never know. You may have one of your child's friends in their school who may be a foster child or may have to come into the foster care system, and a person could be a resource for that child or someone in your community or someone in your neighborhood. The whole effort is to keep children who come into foster care in their communities, because if they stay in their communities, they can stay connected to their schools, to their churches, to their friends, and it helps them maintain some stability in their life when they're going through this traumatic experience of being removed from their homes.
Absolutely.
And what are the steps to becoming a foster parent?
So the first step to becoming a foster parent is to attend an information session. And in that information session, we'll give you all of the information that you need to know about foster parenting, and you'll begin to start your journey to determine whether or not this is the right place for you. And it may be if foster parenting isn't the right thing for you, you may want to be a mentor or a resource for a child in foster care. All of our children in foster care need a mentor. We have more than 50% of the kids in foster care are above the age of 14. And so if you can't be a placement resource but would like to provide some support to a foster kid, then still call us and we can figure out ways to connect you to our foster children.
I really like that option, to
Yeah.
be a mentor. Or did you visit the child's school or?
Yeah, well, it could be different options. You could be, you may be in a profession that they're interested in. And so you could be a connection around how to encourage them around professional development. They could be in college, and you could be a person who could be sending them care packages in college. It could be a weekend kind of getaway or some kind of support, emotional support, even if it's not a placement support.
So what were those numbers again? We have how many foster children?
We have about 150 children in foster care on any given day.
Okay.
And roughly 50% of those are over the age of 14.
And how many of those 150 did you say earlier are in need of a home to be placed in?
So all of our kids now are in homes. So like there's
Okay.
there are no kids just out there.
Oh, okay.
But so we have some children who are in group care.
Okay.
So they're not in foster homes.
So they're not in like a family environment?
Correct.
And
And
that's what
what
you're
we
looking
want to
for.
do is want to be able to ensure we can place our children in family environments, particularly as new children come into our system or children step down from a higher level of care, such as a group facility. They have a home that they can go to and a home that's in their community and one where they can stay connected to their churches, their families, their schools.
Absolutely.
And to Anne Arundel County,
Yeah.
their home county.
So if someone at home is listening to this and they say that they want to be that person to step up and change a life, whether they're a placement for a foster child or whether they're a mentor for the program, where can they find this information on how to sign up?
We would love for them to give us a call,
Okay.
and they would call us at 410-897-3930. Once again, I'll give you that number again. It's 410-897-3930. Please call us, and we would love to have a conversation with you and begin that journey of helping a foster child.
Do you have any online resources as well?
Sure, they can go to our Facebook page.
Okay.
We have a Facebook page, Anne Arundel County Department of Social Services, and they can also go to our website, which is just Google Anne Arundel County Department of Social Services, and it'll come up.
Carnitra, thank you for all that you do, all the hard work that you're doing for all the youth of our county, and thank you so much for joining us
no,
today.
thank you all for this opportunity.
We hope that you
Absolutely.
enjoy this beautiful spring, and please come back on
Yes,
Week in
I
Review
will.
soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We'll have more Week in Review coming up next.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
So shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Welcome back. We love to highlight the great things that young people are doing in our community, and next week we'll bring you the Recycling Prom Fashion Show hosted by yours truly. Yeah. Michelle Corkadel caught up with the organizers of a media contest aimed at stopping youth drinking and substance abuse. Michelle?
Thank you, Kristen and Chris. I'm here this morning paying a special visit to Meade High School, where they've come up with some creative ways to get the message out to stomp out substance abuse. I'm here with me today with Principal John, Amber, Sherry, Derek, and you are, sir?
Dejan.
Dejan, what is your grade and passion with the school?
I'm in 12th grade, and just keep everything, like the whole class organized, just keep a good impression on people,
Good. And you do that through playing sports, don't you?
Yes.
All right, great. Derek is a teacher here, and he is spearheading our campaign this year. It's a media contest, correct, Derek?
Yes, it's a media contest. We have poster, video, and poetry, and this year's theme was it's not just one. So it's not just one drink, it's not just one shot, it's not just one pill.
And how long has this program been running for?
This is our third year. The first year we only had one contestant. Last year we had 8, and then this year so far we have about 8 or 9. And then, but Friday's the deadline for this year's coming contest.
And Sherry, she heads up our local WASP team, and WASP is our Western District Substance Abuse Coalition. Thanks for joining us, Sherry. Can you tell us a little bit about why this program is so important to the parents and to the communities in Anne Arundel County?
Yes, it's so very important because we want the parents as well as the children to come together to understand the significance of knowing the dangers of drug abuse as well as substance abuse, as well as that of alcohol. One of our campaign is Parents Who Host Lose the Most. And we're trying to let parents know that they should not have children in their homes drinking, that it is very dangerous, whether or not they know about it, but they are responsible for it. So the Western Anne Arundel County Substance Abuse Coalition, we have this campaign right now that we are giving out. We're giving out table tents, we're giving out banners, as well as literature, so that parents will know that do not have your children in the home drinking.
Great, and this is our banner that Amber is holding for us. Amber, what grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
And what is your passion moving into your future?
I just want a successful future. I agree with this banner that if you're underage, you shouldn't be drinking.
Great advice for your friends and colleagues. John, you must be pretty proud of your school because you guys are taking a strong initiative and you're joining in the mantra that parents who host the most lose the most, and what substance abuse has been doing and will continue to do into our community if we don't put a stop to it. Is that correct?
No, that is correct. And also, Dejan is awfully humble. I'd like to also just point out that one of the things that we're trying to do is reflect class and character in everything we say and do, and these students represent that. Dejan, his humility was evident. He is a member of the state championship basketball team, and he brought a lot of pride, and he's been a great ambassador to our school just because of that reflection that we talk about. We are very happy to be part of this endeavor. I know on January 2nd in 2005, I was hit by a drunk driver. I was not expected to survive. I was administered last rites, and so we understand the significance of making good, healthy decisions at all times, and one bad decision can be very costly. So I'm very proud of the efforts that our students and our staff are putting forward with this message to the community.
Great program, and this once again, parents who host the most lose the most. And stay tuned for the winners of the 2015 media contest on substance abuse. Thanks, guys. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Michelle. These kids are doing great things. Here's a clip of last year's winning entry.
Everybody jumping on the sofa, standing on the chair, standing on the bar. No matter day and night, I'm shining. Bitch, I'm a star. From the window to the wall. This club is jumping till tomorrow. Is it daylight or is it nighttime? 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, oh.
The bar has been set, Chris. Let's see what they come up with this year.
Yeah, it's a crazy contest, and it's always very inventive. Lots of materials used in the dresses and tuxes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that'll be next week, and we're really excited about that. And I understand that we'll have Chuck, and will you be there?
I don't know if I'll be there, but if I can make it, I'll be there.
You should. It's totally fun, and it's really remarkable to see what these teenagers come up with. We'll have guys and girls in the competition.
Well, that's good.
So, yeah.
So I think, it's always kind of thrown out there that ladies are more creative than the guys are. So I want to see some
Not
guys step
so
up.
much in
That's
this
what I'm saying. I want to
competition.
see the guys step
Fantastic.
up and really, take it over the top.
Yes. So, Chris, I had the pleasure last Friday. I went to Washington, D.C. for the flyover for Arsenal of Democracy.
How was it?
It was awesome. It was great to see these planes up in the sky again, and it was just incredible. We were right there at the monument, and they had the planes that would lead the pathway and these old World War II aircrafts coming through, and it was just so interesting. And we followed up with a visit to the Air and Space Museum. Just made a day of it in DC. Got to go to Eastern Market for lunch and the Botanical Gardens, and just a lot of fun. If you haven't had the chance to go around and explore DC, it's a great staycation. Lots of fun museums. I haven't been to the Spy Museum still.
I like the National Air and Space Museum because they have that flight simulator where if you're inside of it, you got a pilot and a gunner, and you can do barrel rolls in that thing.
Yeah,
You're going
we
upside
didn't
down.
get to do that because I think it was a school trip for many that day to come see the Arsenal of Democracy, and like clockwork, they all went around the clock to the Air and Space Museum afterwards. So we went through, but we didn't really get to go into any of the simulations or get in line for other things because there was just too many people
If they got their online, customer counter like Inspections and Permits does now,
right,
then
I wouldn't have to
maybe
wait in
you wouldn't have had to wait
line.
in line.
Yeah, that's a great idea. We should tell them.
We should.
But I'm looking forward to a future visit to DC, and I'll be stopping by some more museums, and it's a fun trip. You should take the family.
Yeah, it's good to actually see the history too. You go into different places, and you don't just learn it or hear about it. You see it. It's right in front of you.
Yeah.
But we'll do that sometime.
Yes.
All right. That wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode and archived episodes online anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or Google Plus by searching Arundel TV. Please tune in again next week for more highlights and news from around the county. We'll see you next time.